Um, what am I doing today? Cali Move, week 13, day 3. Okay, so this is the one day of the week that's different from the other 2 days of the week, which are pretty much identical. I think they connect. I think the only difference between day 1 and day 2 is they connect two of the items together. Um, so, big deal. You do 4 exercises on day 1 and day 2. Basically, they have you doing one as a superset, I think, on day 2. And then on day 3, it's actually totally different. In fact, day 3 is a faster paced workout. It's actually kind of cool. I mean, it's actually one that I can do, feel like, okay, I kind of got something out of it. Um, there are 5 exercises. You only do 4 sets. There are two supersets of 2 exercises, and then the one floor. Well, there's actually 2 floor items, but one is part of one of the supersets. So you're doing 5 exercises, and they're much faster paced. You're doing 1 minute breaks between exercises, and only 2 minutes between each of the sets or each of the groupings. So you got two. So you're basically going. I think it's what 8. You're gonna get 8 sets in 11 minutes. Well, the time it takes to do them plus 3 minutes. So that's about what it is. You're gonna get 8 sets in 11 plus just minutes. I'm giving about a minute per. It may not even be that much. Now the push-ups I'm gonna do on the rings just because I like the idea of doing them on the rings. um, well, you know what? Maybe I better not because the thing is about doing them on the floor like that is it allows me to work on the planche portion. Yeah, so no, I'm not gonna do them on the rings. I got to work on my planchish portions of my workouts. Now, you can do a planche push-up or planche on rings. So that is a possibility, but I'm not there, and I don't think I'm ready to commit to that kind of balance on the rings. Because even when in order to do the push-ups that they're doing, he does them with your pretty far forward. You're almost in a planche state, or at least that's how I feel like you should be. Like you're able to almost be completely up on the tips of your toes, and you're just pushing up. And that's kind of what I'm going for, get a full push-up where I'm almost doing a planche, uh, let my toes be just the only things on the ground. So I'm light enough that I can hold myself up on the tips of my toes, which does slow down significantly the pace of my push-up. As you can see, it's steady down one and a power up. So these are fast push-ups. You're only doing around 15, but these are not slow down, slow ups. These are down, push up, down, push up. You just want to go down controlled. All one means is you're controlled. You're not just dropping. You're not. It's not a speed thing. Now you're only doing 8 to 15, and then you're going max. So however many you can do. Now typically for me, um, I'm pretty close to the 15 to 20-ish range, even when I'm doing max. Now it's only because of the way these are. It's a lot of your body weight. So I try to get it to where instead of doing normally it's about 135 a normal push-up. Doing it this way, I'm probably closer to 165, 175. 15 is not an unbearable amount, but when you're doing them with the explosion, which is actually the key part of this, the X means explode, means power up. These are power push-ups. It's a big difference. So I can do slow and steadies and probably get 20, 25 in, no problem. Kind of like when you're doing your full body weight worth on a bench, 185 pounds for me. I can do 20, 25, 30 of those, but they're controlled. The first ones might be kind of powery, but they're controlled presses. Uh, on here, it's my full body again, almost everything except the arms, and it's also very, very tricepy and shouldery, because I'm very low on the push and the press. So it's a lot more difficult than just doing a regular push-up press. So keep in mind these. You're going to note. Let's see my angle. I'll try to show you my angle on these push-ups when I'm doing them. They are not, and plus that remember too. These are scapula press push-ups. So when you come up, it's not just here. It's here. You're getting that full extension on the shoulders to where your scapula extends itself, which also adds a degree of difficulty that makes it more difficult. So when it'd be like on the bench press, instead of doing this, you're you're doing this. You're extending your shoulders up. You're making your scapula extend itself, and that actually results in, oddly enough, I'm not even sure how that works, but it does make your back sore if you do enough of them. Because I say that because muscles pull, they don't push, right? So when you extend your scapula, I feel like, isn't your scapula pushing? So it's not, there's something, there's there's some way that the muscles are acting that are, I'm trying to think how the muscles work, because that would just mean your chest is extending harder here, but it's really not, because at some point it's probably just this upper shoulder area that's pulling up your arms. But I've noticed that my back gets sore when I do these. Trying to figure out what it's, maybe the upper scapula is pulling in to curl your. It's kind of like doing a curl, so it might be the upper muscles here is probably what it is. It's pulling in to curl your back, and your that's probably what's happening. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, let's get to it. Um, um, in about 5 minutes, I'm gonna run outside. I gotta go start my wife's car for her because it's freaking cold, um, and it's gonna need to warm up. We got 20 degrees outside right now. You know what? I'm gonna go start it right now. Let's do that first, and then I can get down here and I'll have to warm up because I'm cold. So this might be taking me a few minutes extra to warm up. I'm gonna do just some basic stuff, make up my own warm up, but just enough to kind of get the heart rate going. So give me just 2 seconds while I run out. 20 degrees, start the car. Be right back. Okay. Got my well, they didn't get my heart rate up that much, but it was definitely cold. All right, so yeah, that was a yowza special cold. I did a little more than just start the car. I took we have some ice that are what I call salt granules or whatever sitting by the door that when it gets icy out, I went and took care of that. So threw some on my deck. It snowed some yesterday. Hey, we're getting Midwest temperatures here, man. We're getting into those 20s and teens, man. We don't get that stuff here. I'm not, I don't think anybody's used to that, but I'm certainly not. I went and ran yesterday, but it was only, what, 37. That wasn't, not, that's a big difference between 37 and 20, 16. Um, so yeah, gotta fix this. It's not tight enough. It's sliding around. Okay, am I ready? Okay, so I guess I could do this down here. All right, so um, this is my actual workout. I am not going to be making too many alterations on today's workout because this is a fast-ish workout on its own. It'll probably have a pretty good pace. I think the only difference is I added in barbell glute bridge. Um, did I actually add that in? No, wait a minute. Wrong set. This is the one. Nope, didn't add anything in. Okay, so this is what I did last week and what I'll be doing this week. So I'm just going to do the usuals to warm up. Things like jogging in place. um, just trying to, I'm not setting any time, no logic. Just the whole point is get the heart rate up a little bit, try to get the blood flowing, loosen up the joint some. That's it. That's all it is. You know, do it for 30-second-ish, a minute. In fact, that reminds me, let's start my workout. We'll call it a strength workout today because that's really what it is. Now, when running in place, when doing, to be honest, anytime you run, you want to concentrate on landing on the balls of your feet. Okay, you don't want to land on your heels. So when you run in place, it's easy, right? Landing on the balls of your feet. But when people go out and run and they go run out in the streets, they run and they hit heels first. That's bad. Don't do that. Don't care what your shoes are made to do. Yes, they're made to do that, but most shoes are made with big, thick heels so that you're not injuring or causing yourself injury, and it might work. But it's actually not a good way to run. It's better to get a shoe that's got no elevation. In other words, the front is just as thick as the back, preferably thinner. But again, it's up to each person. I need arch supports. Do you? I don't really think so. I think the reason people, my understanding is, there's a lot of conflicting uh, stuff out there. Oh, you need arch supports. Oh, we got Dr. Scholl's arch supports and all these people. But there's also plenty of studies that say, well, one of the reasons why people need arch support is because they have weak arches. Their feet are not strong enough to support their weight. They haven't built up the strength in their feet. You know why that is? Because they're wearing shoes that are trying to do all the work for you. They're, what do you call it? They're too padded. Your body's not working. So when you wear thinner soled shoes, your feet can get sore. Your arches might even get sore. But in theory, in time, when you wear thinner soled shoes, your arches will start to get stronger. And you probably won't need arch supports. But I'm not a doctor, and there's plenty of doctors and physical trainers out there that would say the same thing, but there's also plenty out there that, on the Dr. Scholl's side of things, oh, you need to have your arch supports and good arch. You need to have big, thick, padded shoes and all that nonsense. I mean, Nike and Adidas and all those guys are going to tell you, oh no, you need to have nice, cushy shoes with big, thick soles. And you'll see these shoes now that some of them are so thick. It's like the cross trainer shoes that are out there, insanely thick soles. It's like I understand how people don't walk with their heels and then it's like it's got to be so weird to walk on. I haven't walked on a thick soled shoe in so long. Even my normal shoes, my not my shoes without toes on them. See, these are Zero shoes, Xero. You'll see they have like basically no sole. It's the same all the way across. And I love these shoes. These are one of my favorite pair of shoes. I don't wear them as often because you've probably seen me wearing my Vibrams, so I wear these more often. Don't switch to Vibrams um, casually. A lot of people say, "Are they comfortable?" Yeah, I love them. I have daily wear shoes. I have some colder weather shoes. They're all Vibrams with the toes and everything. And then I have those are my only well, I have other shoes that are regular, but I don't wear it very often. I don't wear regular tennis shoes if I can help it, ever. I mean, I used to have a pair I used for like lawn work and stuff, just because I didn't want to wreck my other shoes. You know how when you're doing mowing the lawn, your shoes all turn green. I didn't want to do that, so. How's my heart rate doing? Is it up? I don't know. Yeah, it loses it's been dysfunctional lately. It doesn't stay working for some reason unless I switch to the app. It used to work fine in the background, but I think maybe I have to do something to give it background permissions. Let's see. Maybe it lost background permissions. Let's go see what let's see if there's a thing about Pulsoid here. That could be the problem. I think you have to give an app rights to run in the background. Pulsoid remove battery permissions. Not allowed. Pause activity if unused. Maybe I need to turn that off. No, no, that's only if unused. See, I don't know how to. Let's see. Access, show notifications, other app capabilities, run foreground service, have full network access. And it doesn't have a run in background. I know some things you can set them to run in background, but this one doesn't seem to run foreground service. What's that? Allows the app to make use of foreground. No, I don't need that. Prevent phone from sleeping. But there's no run in background. I don't know. Hmm. Supposedly, access approximate location only in the foreground. Access precise location only in the foreground. Okay. Ah, but I guess not. I don't know how to run in background. Oh well. See, it lost connection whenever it goes in the background. Um, Maybe that's something that they used to do. They don't do anymore. Hey TDL, how you doing? No, I was just trying to see if I could get my my heart rate monitor seems to stop when it runs in the background, and it used to not do that. It used to work fine. It would just keep working. Now, it seems like lately, it's not staying connected. I don't know why. So, anyway, you never reply. Yeah, sorry. I do reply on Discord sometimes. I'm just not constantly monitoring it. So a lot of times I'll get around to it like a week later. Um, I know I need to look. The only time I look at Discord in a timely manner is when people upgrade. There's nothing to upgrade. The app. Oh, you're talking about Pulsar? Or are you talking about Discord? I don't know but the app itself doesn't have a upgrade. I don't know what other tool to use to track heart rate monitor. I'd be able to put it on my stream. So um, the app does it. Um, you think they did it intentionally? I don't think they would do that intentionally. The whole point of the app, the Pulsoid app, this is not uh, Kuspu, which is the device. This is not a Kuspu application. This application's purpose: connect to your Bluetooth heart rate monitor and stream it for you. That's what this is doing. That's why I can put it on my webpage. But the thing is, the app used to run in the background. It doesn't now. Now that could simply be that Google update broke it and they haven't put out an update to fix it. Because Google's always doing updates on the OS, and it could just be. I'm just trying to do a lot of arm movements here. Yeah, the operating system updates constantly trying to help with security, which often doesn't help because they do things that break your. Oh yeah, well they got in trouble. I know Apple got in trouble for they got in trouble for their they found in their code where they were degrading battery performance over time. And I know companies do that. They do that to make it, oh, look, my phone is battery is dying. I need to go buy a new phone. And somebody found it in their code where they were doing that. And I feel like a lot of companies do that. It's not even just battery performance, it's just performance in general where they start to do things. And I just think some companies haven't got caught yet. I think Samsung does it. After, it's weird because it's like your phone's doing really good for a good year after you buy it, like you buy it brand new on the network. And but once they come out with the second generation phones, your phone tends to just seem a little sluggish. And by the time they come out the two generations away, your phone's like doing really bad. You're thinking, it's time for me to get a new phone. It's starting to perform poorly. It's like, yeah, that's how they get you to upgrade the devices. And I just think Samsung and other companies haven't gotten caught yet. They haven't gotten outright caught. Apple just got caught. Whatever they did wasn't very sneaky, or not sneaky enough. I think there's ways to do it. I mean, as a programmer, I feel like there's ways to do that aren't overly obvious. Now, the problem is if your code obviously checks for versioning, it could tell what like maybe it knows the OS version. It could just go by that, three versions of the OS or a full version later or two versions later. There's conditions in there. I don't know. There's just ways I think that they can do it, but you have to be sneaky about it. You have to write the code. And it's like I don't work at that level of coding. I mean, my coding is more um, like I don't do OS programming and that kind of thing. But as a programmer, I feel like there are ways to sneakily write stuff that doesn't look obvious. And if somebody would have to get pretty far into the weeds into your code to figure out what's going on. There's plenty of people out there looking for that. And it's like when you get suspicious, right? I mean, these hackers, they're like, okay, my phone is getting weird. I'm gonna dig into this code and figure out what's going on. Problem is too, code is generally encrypted. So they have to be really good at hacking. They have to get in there. They have to decompile the code. They have to, get in there. And there are apps that help you do that, but, you know, you got to be, that's got to be your life, right? Dedicated to exposing companies. And so far, some haven't, but I still feel like it happens. I don't think a phone should get slower over time. It don't make sense. I know apps get more advanced, and I can see some new apps that come out suddenly putting a little bit more wear on your device, but old apps that you've been using for years shouldn't suddenly start working slowly or poorly. Now, I gotta admit, lately though, I've been able to keep a phone for a couple of years, and a lot of times I wonder if I should even upgrade. So they're starting to get so fast that they can't slow them down very well because the apps aren't getting that complicated. All right, well, let's do this. Time for me to feel like I did something. I got my heart rate to consistently be above 60, I guess. That's better than 50. I won't really get going until I'm actually going. So my heart rate's going to stop popping on there, I guess, because it's been really bad. I will write them, tell them that they've got a problem, and see if they'll fix it. Sometimes companies are pretty responsive. Some of them are. Who did I know? Oh, there's an app called Alfster. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's a gift giving app, basically. You go in there, you create your wish list, and you get all your friends and family on there. Everybody puts their wish lists in there. And then for holidays, Christmas, birthdays, whatever, your family can go check out your wish lists. And when you click on and when you go say, oh, it'll give you a link. A person puts in the link and the photos of whatever they want, and then you go click on it, and it takes them to wherever it is that they saw it, and you can buy it from them. Now, you can buy it from there, or you can go buy it from somewhere else, but either way, you come back over to Elster and you mark it as purchased. The person doesn't know you marked it as purchased. They just see it as still on their list. But you've now marked it, so anybody else comes around and any other friends or family comes and looks at that list and they click on it and they go, oh, that one says it's purchased already. I'll go look at something else. So this way people don't buy, you don't get the same thing from two people or more. Now, you could also mark in there you want more than one. But anyway, the whole point of it is I've seen features and stuff that the app needs. And I've written to them and said, hey, you got this, or there's a bug, or there's blah, 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 blah. Usually within 24 hours, they write you back, oh, we're checking into this, or we're looking into doing that, and yeah, we have some plans for this feature, but they always get back to you. And oftentimes, they actually do stuff with it, It's a couple of features me and my family have been asking for that they haven't done yet, but we're hoping they'll put them in later. But it's a pretty cool app. If you have a big family or you have a lot of people and you want to do a gift, they also have gift exchanges on there, where you could set up a gift exchange with whoever, friends and family, and it'll set the date and they'll send notices, and everybody who's on it will, you have direct links to their list, and you can send secret questions. Ask a question about a gift, but they don't know it's you asking. It's just like an anonymous question, but from someone else on the list. So this way you don't know who your secret Santa is, but they are asking questions about stuff. Ow, my shoulder's really popping today. It's bugging me. It's always popping. All right, I need to get to work. All right, so this is a fast-moving workout. So these are 1-minute breaks, so I'm not going to get a lot of opportunities to be chit-chatting. Or my chit-chats are going to have to be slow if I'm going to get this done. This is Friday. It should have me done in less than an hour. So, based on the speed of this, we have 4 sets, 1-minute breaks in between each exercise. The last one will be a max. Do as many as I can. And my watch says I've been working out for 16 minutes.
My keys outside?
Yes, they're in the car. It's warming up.
Okay. Kaden took them.
Oh no.
Okay.
Love you too. Okay. Time to get moving, and I keep saying that. All right, so this is too low. I will not be able to use this at this height, so I need to I need to pull these up here. Need to raise these puppies up here. And it needs to be high enough for me to actually lean back. I want them to be lower than my parallel bars here. I mean, what's the point? If they're at the same height as my parallel bars, I don't need them to be on here. Okay, so that should work. All right, so we're doing inverted rows, followed by push-ups, followed by, well, inverted rows. So it's going to be back and forth, 1 minute breaks between each thing, cycles and sets. Now these are supersetted, but really they're just back and forth. And the reason I say that is because you're constantly 1 minute, right? It's just switching off. I mean, it is kind of like a superset, but I feel like a superset has a longer break in between each set. This is just 1 minute constants. Ugh. Where are my clothes? Well, kind of a late start considering I was up at 5:30, but it's not as late as it could be. I have been known to start much later, so still, the thing is, my watch still says I started 20 minutes ago because I started my workout 20 minutes ago, and all I've done so far is a little bit of warming up. So, the trick here is for these is I want to be directly underneath the bar or the rings and be as close to. Problem is, if these are too low, I'll be lying on the ground when I grab them. That might be a problem. May have to raise them up a little bit. See, this is too low. I can't extend my back all the way out at this level. I need to bring them up at least a couple of notches. I was saying that we're having our own little cold snap going on these days. It's been I know this ain't Chicago weather, but we're getting down into the teens, man. We were 16 degrees supposedly this morning. So it's 20 now. It's all the way up to 20. But that was just cold for around here. We don't get those kind of temperatures very often. And we had snow yesterday, but it wasn't that much. But as a result, we have snow on the ground right now, which is unusual for us. We get snow a couple times a year, maybe tops. All right, hopefully it's better. And then I got this dumb thing blowing heat right on me, even though I closed it. Still lets heat out. But I'm on the floor, so I'm pretty far away from it. All right, officially starting now. Hopefully, I'm still kind of low. Ugh. 15. My first workout 22 minutes after starting. 1 minute break. 1 minute. Not much time at all. I'm gonna be cooking, man. I'm already cooking. Inverted row. We'll go with that 15. Whoa, where am I? That used to keep in sync too. They're always. See how it says weighted push up and how I had to scroll it? That used to stay centered. But again, apps are breaking these days. They can't keep up with the OS changes. All right, so let's do the push-ups. Now, I was talking earlier about how these push-ups are more complicated than. So with a standard push-up, you're kind of like about here. You've got a pretty wide positioning. This is like if you're going to do a bench press, and this is standard push-up. So your elbows kind of go out, and then you push up. Pretty easy, right? Well, these are what I call a planchish push-up. So your thumbs are pointed straight forward, and most of your weight ends up on your arms this way. Now, your hands are just wider than your body, so that your body can, obviously drop down in the middle. But when you're in the push-up position, you're going to be putting most of your weight on your shoulders and on your arms. But it ends up being a very tricep-y push-up because when you come down, you're going to be basically bending forward. So the goal is to be as far forward where you can almost be on the tips of your toes. Well, that's a lot harder doing power presses on those. I don't know that I've ever done power presses on those. I've done those before where I just do standard slow down, slow up, slow down, slow up. But we're doing power presses. And this is a lot harder than I thought. I only did 11. um, okay, so the thing is, again, I could have kept going and probably done 20. And remember, there's key elements in there. So I'm going to demo a little bit more. So got a minute before I do my next thing. But all right, so when you're doing these, what I was talking about scapula raises is most people when they do a push-up, they come up to about here, back straight. You've got your head in line with your spine. But when you come up on a push on most push-ups, you should do it this way, but not everybody does, and I never knew this until recently. Is you want to raise your scapula. So notice how I'm not talking about I'm not talking about arching your back like this. I'm talking about raising your shoulders like this. So there's a difference between this, where your back is completely round, and this, which is just your upper shoulders raised. Now there's not a huge difference, but you can see that the arch in your back kind of moves to the top. That's the only real difference. And on me, it's probably pretty minor. But you could tell, too, because you could feel it. Your lower back feels a curl when you're bending over in the wrong place versus in the right place. So it's just a slight variation. But you want that extra extension. So you're basically thinking the top part needs to extend as much as possible. And when you do that, you're putting a lot more strain or muscle use up here. Same thing. So when you're down low, you're still trying to go the full all the way down bit, but you're trying to just keep the shoulders and keep your core tight, uh, and try not to bend this piece. You're not trying to bend here, other than to get that core tightened. But yeah, anyway, time's up. Oops, almost 2 minutes. Yeah, I'm taking too long on these. 17. You know, I didn't notice how I'm supposed to be doing those. Are they power? Are they slow? I'll have to look. Okay, these are supposed to be steadies. 2 up, 2 downs. I'm kind of going a little fast, so I'll have to fix that in the next one. But I did 17 for now. Probably slow me down quite a bit to turn those into... It's going to slow me down quite a bit to turn those into slows. I won't get as many done. Slows are hard. Powers are hard. Steadies are easy. Well, relatively speaking. Because they both burn... Okay, so one's using fast twitch fibers, which you don't use very often, right? The power presses are always harder because you're pulling in muscles that aren't used to punching. All right, 56, 57, and go. Well, never mind. Let's just go. Okay. All right, so I was able to do more that time. Oftentimes that the first one's harder. Whew. Oops. Start my timer. Now, there's a good chance I won't be able to do as many this time around because, let's see if this will get my heart rate back when I switch over. Okay, it's a good chance I won't be able to do as many because I'm going to be going pretty slow. These are supposed to be 2 downs, 2 ups. Um, it's funny because I shouldn't even have to. What's the point of having the little streamy thing if I have to have the app open? It doesn't do any good. I mean, I guess it's possible that you wouldn't necessarily be using your phone while doing this, but I am. All right, we're at 54 seconds. Let's get ready. 2 down, 2 up. 3. 4. Pretty sure I wasn't quite going all the way up on that last one, but 15. All right, now we have to do more push-ups. My JFit beeper is set at like 15 seconds, so it's not quite right. I'm at 40 seconds. Guessing this is going to get pretty hard. These power-ups, it's kind of almost like it takes a second too to trigger. When I'm doing the actual power, it's like the first thing. I'm used to doing like clap push-ups by way of using my lower body, kind of like getting a spring action. Nope, that last one was getting close. Take 12. Whew. 12 is all I get this time. When you keep those rests down, you really do start to lose juice. 1 minute is short, which is good, but it's also hard because you really are starting to burn out the muscles. Really do start to burn out when you're doing things in the 1 minute close range. Whew. Feeling the heart rate though. Got about 10 seconds left. 1 minute flies by, my friends. 1 minute flies by. Okay. See how many I can get done. Oh, wait a minute. What am I doing? I didn't do it. This is the thing I'm supposed to be doing. That was really fast, but that's because that was too close together. Okay, here we go. Okay, it's starting to get me. Starting to catch up to me. That's 11. But we are on the last set, so we'll be going on to a new superset in 2 minutes after this. Whew. 30 seconds. Let's enjoy this 30-second break. All right, 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 second before push-ups. Let's do a couple more just for fun. I could do more. It said do max, but I maxed the power part. By 14, I could tell I was zero power. It was just steady push-ups. I probably had 5 or 6 steady push-ups in me. But this workout is supposed to, or those particular presses, we are not doing steady push-ups. We're doing power push-ups. And I've lost the power. The fast stitch fibers are done at 14. I did do more, but I lost them. They deserted me. Okay, switch jump lunges. I only got a 2-minute break on these, so probably about a minute and a half-ish. So I'll just do a minute and a half because I didn't start my timer immediately. Now, switch lunges are, I'm tempted to put the vest on because it does slow down the number. It's hard when you have to keep doing. Thing is, I don't know. I should. I gotta put a shirt on though. I can't wear a vest. I don't like wearing a vest without a shirt. Because for one, it's kind of, cleaning the vest is not easy. So I don't want to get it. I don't like getting it all sweaty. I'll let the shirt suck up the... Only problem is I have to take this off between every set, and I don't know if I'm going to want to do that. Because the other thing are those twisty knee to elbow planks. And I don't know. I guess I could just hold a... Oh, time's almost up. My 2-minute break is nearly done. Yep, close enough. Oops. Maybe I shouldn't have put this on. I'm pretty tired. Holy moly. I did 15. That's a lot though. One-minute break till the next. Now Now I did 21 last time, but that was without the weight vest. Whew. All right, so this thing sucks. I'm so bad at this. Uh, so I can do these on the right side to a reason, within reason. But on the left side, oh my gosh, I need to just stretch more. Oops, I didn't set timer, but I'm pretty sure my 1 minute's almost up. So let's just get going. Okay, so these puppies, low plank, knee to elbow touches, and I can't get this bowl out of the way. All right, low plank, knee to elbow touches. So this one is easy enough. You go like this, one, and then one. Seven. That left side, man. Actually, 7 is good. That might be the most I've ever done without letting my knee hit the ground. Well, it did hit at the end, but it just kind of skimmed the top. I got all the way to the elbow. But, yeah, see, it was 6, it said in my best before. So that's an improvement. Now, I've done more, but in those cases, my left side, I'm usually like dragging it forward, or I only go halfway or 3/4. Getting it all the way to the front, so hard. Oops, timer. Now again, the pace of these being so close together does really make a big difference on how many you can do. So if you keep up with the pace, which is 1 minute between each, you should find that even without a vest, it's more than enough. I just end up doing more. But 20, 21, 22. Let's put the vest back on. Let's do it. Let's not be lazy. At least for this round. I'll be lazy in the next rounds. There's plenty of time for lazy later. The first one was hard too because I hadn't done any leg yet. My legs are like, what? What you doing? 58, 59. Time's up. $36. So 18. Whew. Let's take this off. I could leave this on for the planks, but then I'd be able to do 0. Mostly because these would get in the way. I don't know. It'd be pressing down on my upper body, making it all that much harder to twist. And then when I twist, the weight would want to shift, and that would get hard. I'm not saying it's not possible for people who aren't me, but it's hard for me. I can imagine how that weight would make this a lot harder. And seeing as I'm only doing 7 as it is, the numbers on this is 8 to 15, I believe. Not 3 to 8 like a lot of them. Ah, shoot, didn't set the timer, but I think it's been about a minute. I stopped the timer, but I forgot to start it again. Actually, I think I did 12 that time. It was 11 or 12. I won't give myself credit for 12. For some reason, I was able to get the momentum going. And get up there. That might be my best ever. We're gonna mark down 12, just because. See, best ever. Woo, you're the man, Ken. You're the man. Now this is a 4-setter, right? Making sure I'm not messing up. Yep, it's a 4-setter. Okay. 30 seconds left as we head in. So like I say, this is a faster workout, which is good. I like Friday's workouts to be a little quicker. A little less, I won't say a little less difficult. This isn't this low difficulty. But lighter? I don't know. Yeah, lighter, I suppose. Oh, 60, 61, 62. We're beyond our time, but it's supposed to be switch lunges. 23 without the 23 without the vest. Okay, so when you're doing switch lunges, you should touch the ground, but don't smack the ground. Come down slow, in control, and as soon as you can feel the carpet or your mat, if you're doing it on concrete, don't go to the floor. Don't even touch the floor. I don't care. I would say put a towel or something on the ground that you switch and you put your feet on opposite ends and then feel a towel with your leg. But even a light touch on concrete or something really hard, uh, there is zero give in concrete. So even a light touch still can send reverberations into your knee that you don't want. You may not feel it. Don't test it. Trust me. Every impact of any level on a hard surface, directly on your leg, on your knee, on any bone, I wouldn't even recommend doing exercise straight on concrete surfaces or super hard surfaces. Now this is a concrete floor, but I've got a pretty thick carpet with padding under it, and in that case I even have a mat, so there's plenty of absorption. But don't play with don't do concrete. It's not good for your feet either, for that matter. I mean, the bouncing on the concrete, there's no bounce. So, oh, 1:30. I've talked myself into a longer break than I should have. Here we go. I did 8. Glad that flag was really coming down to finishing up there. Yeah, one more set. Okay, a little less as I lost my mojo, which is ought to happen, or which is ought to happen. Is ought the right word? Which is likely likely to happen as you get tired with 1-minute breaks. Burnout starts to happen. 25 seconds. Whew, I'm glad it's Friday. I was surprised by how sore my shoulders were these last few days. I mean, just up here. I don't know what I did. I didn't feel like any of the workouts I did focused on that part of my shoulder. I did go swim for 1,500 meters, so I thought maybe that was it, you know, the lifting, but... All right, time's up. I lost it. I couldn't get back up. The little pause in the middle there was because I it looked like my mic wasn't working But I was looking at the wrong meter on my OBS. Whew. Holy moly. Okay, so only 2 more things to go. Well, 1 more set of this, and then Superman, or what do they call them? Arch-ups? Basically Supermans. Now I've been including Supermans uh, in my other days too, when I'm doing the um, one-legged, single-leg glute raises. Time to slow my breath down and let my exhaustion take over here. All right. So, 1 minute, 10 seconds. My least favorite. Let's do this. Ooh, my legs are feeling the burn right now. This is 7. So we'll try to do a couple more, but stretching my leg though. Nope. That's all. I can't get the leg up there no more. I had nothing left on that side. So we'll call it 8, but it was an iffy 8. Alright, so I get a 2-minute break before I go into this last round. So Superman, and then I'll probably do some shoulder stretches. What do you call it? The bridge shoulder stretch, which is something I need to keep doing. I haven't been doing it as much lately because it hasn't been part of the Cali workouts, but I do it on my own when I think of it. I'd like to squeeze it in on some of these floor work. Because shoulder here is so very tight. Probably why it pops so much. Because it needs a lot of stretching. I have about 8. Oh no, I got 2-minute rest. Let's go ahead and do a little bit before. Really, all this is pulling the scaps together, raising the body up, hopefully to a flat state. I really feel this on the right. It's not as bad as it used to be. When I first started this, I couldn't do this for more than a few seconds. It hurt so bad on the right side. But it's starting to stretch it out finally. All right, 2 minutes exactly. Let's get this flipped over. Arch ups or Supermans, however you want to call them. Whatever works for you. But the idea is keep your arms as extended as possible. I like to invert the thumbs if you can. This helps you to rotate the scapula inward also, kind of a little mini scapula raise. So see how my thumbs are kind of downward? Lift those elbows up. All right. I think these are 1 minute breaks as well, but they might be 2 minutes. It might be 2 minutes because there's not an intermittent exercise. You just go straight back to the same thing. So I think they give you 2 minutes. Yeah, 2 minutes. That's all right. I'm gonna check to see. It's 1, 2, 1. Okay, so I'm doing them right. So it's kind of up slow and steady, down slow and steady, but hold for 2 seconds at the top. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2. It's actually no. It's inhale when you come down, exhale when you go up. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2. You know, it's hard. If you get the breathing down, good for you. But usually the trick is with breathing, it's the underload part, the part where you're engaging the muscles. You exhale. And you inhale during the part where you're relaxing the muscles, disengaging. So, there you go. Try to inhale during the disengage. You just gotta, if once you get the pattern going, it's not hard, but sometimes it can be kind of challenging to know. Because a lot of times you think about inhaling, it doesn't matter. You inhale one, breathe on the other, but if you exhale on the hard, it's actually easier. It gives you a little like oomph. Got about 30 seconds. Oh, I should probably be working on my stretch. My left shoulder barely feels it, so I'm always wondering if I'm in the right position. Okay, 2 minutes is up. Superman. What better exercise for me than Superman as I strive to be? I think I did around 15, but I have no idea. I actually lost track a bunch. Too focused on my breathing and not on my counting. So, Supermans are a good work for the back that's trying to. Oops, that was my second one. Supermans are a good one for your try to start building up that lower back, even the mid back strength. Uh, because remember you're working towards doing a planche, right? And you need to get all this core strong enough to support your lower body's weight. And so That means all the muscles, your upper back, your lower back, your middle back, your glutes, everything has to come in, do their part to hold your body up, or you'll never be able to do a planche. They have to be each kind of work together, grab each other, pull up, hold your lower body in a straight line. All those people doing planches, they have that core strength in this area, and it's even your obliques. I mean everything. So what a lot of this beginner program is about is being able to get those things strong enough, or at least strong enough to go on to part 2, which is going to get you stronger to part 3. I don't know what you're doing in part 4 or 5, but maybe there's only 4 parts. There may only be 2, 3, and 4. I don't know. But still, it's a 90-week program. I'm on week 13, so yeah, not very far. Not even a third of the way yet. So one of my favorite things to do that's similar to this are kickbacks, where you're up like this, lean forward as you can, and then and that also helps with your lower back because you're working on pulling your legs up, getting them up to a position. You want to do them slow and steady if you can. One up, one down at least. Not one up, fall down, and swing back up. You want controlled ups, controlled downs. So yeah, the power. Okay, so I'm over 2 minutes, but I did a couple of bonus things there. So let's go on to the next. 13. 16, I think. But I was really losing track at the end there. I was losing track all around. I lost track like 3 times there. Whew. Sweating though. That's crucial, right? It means I'm working. At least that's the thought. All right. Holy moly. I'll blame the kickbacks for that one being so hard. Now remember, the important thing is here too, when you're doing the Supermans, is you're doing the arch ups. You want a full arch. So it's not just here, it's here. You want to make sure you're raising up all the back, the whole arch. So you're trying to make the whole back bend, because if you just bend up here, all you're doing is working the lower back. You want to really force all the back up, everything, so that your scapula, your middle back, everything is engaging. So it's still using those same muscles your planche is going to be working. But if you only do a partial up and all you do is the lower back, so you want to feel during that upper arch, this whole front of your body should feel like it's fully rounded. It's not just here. It should feel like that, because you want everything stretched out in here. That means your lower back, your whole back is engaging and pulling you back. You should fill it all the way up to your upper back and everything in between. Ooh, 2 minutes is fast. All right, 59, 60. I didn't even get a middle thing in. This is the last set of the day. I haven't been counting. I think that's 8. I'm not leaving the ground anymore. I could tell. I was like, I'm barely arching up. I'm getting off the ground, but it is not high at all. I could feel my abs leaving the ground, but whew. All right, so that's all of the Cali Move portion of this workout. Everything is done. Friday is finished. I'm gonna go ahead and do one more like quick set of kickbacks just for fun, but the workout's done, folks. I didn't even add kickbacks to this, so I could end this and call it good. It's only 16,000 pounds, which is reasonable because I really didn't do that many things that included weight. But I felt like it was a good workout. It took an hour, so it's a little after 8, so I didn't do too bad considering how far behind I get in a lot of days. But Friday's done. I can go into the weekend feeling like I did something. All the muscles that I used, my legs are feeling a little burned, considering yesterday I ran 5 miles and biked 5 miles. And then the day before, I did a lot of lunges and step ups, and so legs have been getting a good workout. I did swimming on Tuesday. I did the same kind of workout as Wednesday on Monday. Uh, Sunday, what did I do Sunday? I don't know. Did something Sunday. Maybe I ran, biked, something. Anyway, I usually do cardio on Sunday. Sunday's kind of my cardio day. I don't get a lot done because we're usually getting ready and going to church, but let's go ahead and do one quick finisher of kickbacks. I like these, and I like to get them in every now and then because I feel like they also work the back for working on that strength. You could do these with a planche in mind. So what that means is keeping your legs straight and just seeing if you can lift your hips with your legs staying straight. I haven't been able to do these very well yet, though. Remember, extend the scapula. Think about it. When you do a planche, you're doing that to the point where your toes are above your hands. So just thinking about that, I'm like, yeah, I'm not even close. So you're doing a full planche. You're actually like this. But your feet and your back are lifting your heels all the way up. And I'm not even in the general ballpark of where that is yet. Can you imagine one of these days if I'm lifting off of here and I'm doing this, and all my weight's here, and my feet are up here? Got to keep working, man. I've got a long way to go. But until next time, you stay fit and healthy. Goodbye.